Welcome back, Guardians. My name is Samlab, and today we'll be delving into some mysteries of Savathun, the Light, and the Nine. How do these all connect? To answer that question, another must be asked. Who or what is the entity? There have been many rumors floating around, but one came to my attention while I took my morning stroll. I began to remember Savathun's words. She said,
"You don't have to say it. We've all heard it before. The line between light and dark is so very thin. As if you were incapable of lifting your eyes from a scroll of chalk on the ground. The traveler in the light near one foot, your old enemies and the darkness at the other. Let me tell you a secret. If you ever want to see what's been watching you since the very beginning, just stand on that line and look up."
So, is Savathun speaking metaphorically or physically? If you are like me, most of us thought that it was just a saying. But there are lines on the ground, and we need to look up. And well, so I did. If this is what I think it means, then it would imply that it's been right under our noses this entire time. The Nine, our conscious minds of the cosmos, the entity no one expects, always watching, forever waiting. If there is dark matter, you can be sure they are there. But I stray. How is the Nine connected to Marasov? In the lore entry titled The Witch, Lavinia learns all that Queen Mara learned and spoke with about the Nine. Have a listen to this short entry. Thus it reads. The other factions walk a different path. A path of folds and needless slipped through space-time itself. Existential syringes yielding new spaces to be remade as the Nine desire. They have tried to gather enough dark dust in one place to form a black hole, and found it difficult. When the dark mass collapses in gravity's fist, the dust passes through itself and scatters. But difficult is not impossible, and there is far, far more dark matter in the universe than bright. They will find a way to make new worlds of it. They will end their dependence on life and on the light of Guardians, which the falling veil will soon snuff out forever. In passing, Lavinia sees the entire history of the Queen's interactions with the Nine, more than anyone suspected, and more vital. She sees how one of the Nine blinded Guardians to Gaul's approach, risking everything, for Gaul would have destroyed the sun and the Nine with it. To learn how to steal the light, she sees how that one was punished. In a previous lore video I covered about the Nine, I shared my findings in the lore in how the Nine desire the power of paracausality. And yes, Savathun is interested in the Nine, though the text is riddled with ambiguity. Towards the end of the lore entry, something changes. Care to listen? Something dark and hypodermic pierces the void beneath Lavinia and slurps her down, pulls her through the probiosis so tiny that it breaks her apart into a stream of single particles, one after another. She is annihilated and reborn, somewhere, somewhen, made of flesh again, shaking and dripping fierce sweat, mewling like a little baby. Her cheek presses against a warm wooden floor. There's a fireplace, and a fire in it, and strong wind outside that sucks at the flames. The clever-looking old lady at the desk looks up. "Ah," she says. "Lavinia, you made it." "What?" Lavinia gasps. What? She smiles, as if Lavinia's confusion is the sweetest greeting she's ever heard. Don't be afraid, you've come to exactly the right place. Where? Someplace where you're appreciated, where we can really use everything you've learned. The old lady pours a thin stream of tea into a cup of bone. Didn't I tell you that you were lucky back when you were born? Puzzling, isn't it? So many pieces slowly interlocking together, and yet more mysteries arise. Perhaps you think me mad, or as if I usher in a failed attempt to make things up, some might say. The truth is, we have encountered something similar during the season of arrivals on Io. When we approached the pyramids, Savathun pulled us down into what looked like a court, with one eye looking back at us as others opened. So you see, the evidence is there if you look for it. And if you don't believe me, you'll find out sooner or later. Can these assailing horrors be stopped? Yes, but only if we stay the course of good and not evil. Stand with one another in hope, believing in the impossible. Then no darkness can choke out the light. For now, that's all I have for you. If you have enjoyed watching and listening to today's video, feel free to leave a comment below and give it a like. And consider subscribing and clicking the bell notification to find out when my next lore video goes live. Remember that no matter what you're facing at this moment in time, you can do all things. Stay safe and Godspeed.